Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute to know your name? I started to write you letters, but I wanted to be more clever. You know, a grown man wrote that song. A 14-year-old talking about I wanted to be more clever. First of all, writing letters, a lost start, huh? If a man hand wrote a letter to me today,
Oh, I should wear these. Ah.
you think? Like I have on this whole hood so that people won't see what's going on, as if they can't see
Adorable though.
all of
You have
this.
adorable hair going on. That's what's
I
happening.
know it's time
Adorable
for me
hair?
to dye it. It's time for me to. It is what it
You
is.
say so.
I don't care. It is what it
You
is.
say so.
Child, I just came off of the most luxurious 7 weeks, not working, not doing anything,
Oh,
yet still getting paid.
I mean, it almost makes surgery worth it. I mean, yeah, I
Oh,
was
the
like, can I
surgery
do
was
something
worth it.
else
The
so that I can be
surgery
off?
was
No.
worth the things. You know
I'm
what I
over here
didn't know?
having the thing that you'll never have again.
Ever.
I'm over here now like,
Wasn't there was something called OB?
it's a tampon.
How
Obi.
It's the way you should be. Keep it simple and set yourself free from the answers that you really don't need. Just try OB and you'll see. And there was a little hum. Do 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 do.
I love to be environmentally correct. I'm angry that South Fulton hasn't started their recycling yet and all that kind of stuff like that. But let me tell you that there's everybody got one thing that like the environment is gonna have to suffer. Well, I have two. One, cloth diapers are a no. I was like, oh, that's so cute. The environment gonna take these diapers though, because I'm not doing that. And two, I'm not wiggling no tampon.
No, you don't want to do that.
I'm not trying to figure and trying to find out how to place that. I'm not doing that. I'm using a plastic applicator.
OB got
That's
me
it.
for many, many years.
Did you? And you was was it a 2-finger event?
No.
What if you got no. I have so many questions. What if and it just landed right where it's supposed to? What if you pulled your finger out and the string was not with it? I'd be so paranoid about that string that the plastic applicator forces the string. It can, but it guides it. It guides the string back on out.
Every man watching is pressing.
It's like pulling up your curtains and then you just no longer have the little thing.
Forward 15 seconds. Forward 15 seconds. Just keep going.
And some are like, say more about ramming your finger.
I mean, I do that whether it's an OB tampon or not, huh? You. Okay, I'm not having this conversation.
I'm a DJ scratcher. I'm a
I promise you I don't want to talk about this. You are testing my patience and endurance with this conversation right now. I'm sure I don't need to know. Whatever you are, I don't need to.
I'm going up in there.
I enjoy it all, huh? I mean, listen, it's mine. Might as well get
explore
acquainted with it. Lord.
You're always saying, let's take a deep dive.
And damn.
That's you taking a deep dive. Let's take a deep dive.
Take a deep dive right on into Twyla.
Not Twyla.
Twyla, Apollonia, and Vanity.
I remember Apollonia and Vanity. They still name that? I'm your sex shooter, shooting love in your direction.
That's exactly correct.
Do they go?
They make me go, oh, whoa. I don't know how we got here. You don't want me to wrap this up.
Oh.
Especially this season that I'm in where I'm not getting any. I'm having some patience and endurance. Yes.
Oh. Okay, I'm not going to all these songs are just coming.
I'm sure. Go ahead. I mean, we're here. We've arrived.
But only one up to that's right. Please meet you.
They have minds of
Didn't
their
want to say
own.
my name. Don't you believe him? Just that one though. Just the other one. The other one over there getting mad like, how you gonna replace me?
They're singing at the
I
same
wanted
time.
to be in
Two
Last
different
Dragon. Oh. I'm sure as a child I thought they were the same. I was like, Apollonia Vanity. They two different women?
Oh no.
I definitely thought they were the same women.
Definitely knew. I mean, both light-skinned, long black hair.
They looked. Well, as a
Very
child, they
rocker
looked the same to me.
Yeah.
The same little feathered hair too.
And the other one that was very similar, Jane Kennedy.
Oh no! Now,
see, here we go. Now you're gonna tell me she looked different
Yes.
from them? Okay.
yes.
Put all of them side by side, and they could be
And you're
sisters.
gonna be like, "Ooh, Jane Kennedy."
And then you know who else you could put in there?
Who?
Irene Cara. I mean, Sparkle.
No. They have the same demographic look, but no, I don't even care. No, bodily. I mean, I don't even care.
Well, bodily,
but
no.
not even close,
No.
baby. And neither Jane Kennedy. Get it, Jane Kennedy.
Jane Kennedy
Listen,
was giving it to the people.
listen.
Jane Kennedy
From
was-
head to toe. You talking? Listen, break out. No, we not sitting her next to nobody.
and break out. Do, 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 do.
Don't stop
To ask.
Ooh.
You got to find a way. Break out.
Break out.
Do, 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 do.
Are we going to podcast?
Someone has patience and endurance for just listening to us just ramble on. I'm sorry. We're going to start. We are going to. Are you ready? I mean, because what? You know, there are people that just listen to this. It sounds like you put that to your ass. That wasn't her ass, y'all. That was
Somebody's gonna tune in if they think it is. Was she putting her? I'm about to watch it on YouTube. Get this podcast.
I was watching an episode of Love and Hip Hop. Yes, I'm fine. This is where I am.
Everybody say,
And there Peter Guns and Saigon are sitting on a bench, and they have microphones attached to them, and a guy walks by, and you just hear, and Saigon said, "Did you just fart, my man?"
on TV.
On TV. And Peter
As we film this
Guns
show?
could not film the rest of the segment. He was like, "Man, that just changed my." This man just walked directly in front of us and farted. I mean, what you gonna do if it's
I mean,
happens?
sometimes it just hits you.
I mean, whenever you want to clap.
One tassel is hanging. The
Somebody
other
come
one
get
is
her. I don't have the patience and endurance to
The
do
other
her
one's like-
today.
You gotta. That's what you get your breasts different days. They can have different personalities.
And do.
Oh, maybe I should go with diamonds and pearls.
Diamonds and
Also
pearls.
Prince women. Also princess women.
Would you be a happy boy or a girl?
Diamonds and pearls. And then I need another Prince reference.
Cat. Cat.
Cat.
We need you to rap. Oh, cat.
Lisa
We
and
need
Wendy.
you to rap.
That'll be back here. Lisa and Wendy.
You know, Wendy follows me on Twitter. The day she followed me on Twitter, I was just like, that's it. That's it. I can die today.
Cool, Wendy.
Wendy follows me on Twitter.
Wendy who had that little over the top to the side hair and be tearing them instruments up. Get it, Wendy. Are you playing somewhere?
I love me so. Ooh, that Lisa and Wendy.
Lisa and Wendy. Didn't they have a little something about themselves? They had a Lisa and Wendy hit, right?
They did.
I think they made a song. They were talented, huh? Say what you want. And they endured.
Oh, they wrote most
They
of
had the
those songs.
patience to endure Prince.
Listen.
And bless his soul. God bless his. He even said himself that he could be difficult. to
I
deal
mean,
with.
it's Prince.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He said, I'm difficult.
Yeah.
Get it, Lisa and Wendy.
Get
And
you,
Wendy,
Lisa
do we
and
talk
Wendy.
do we talk about them enough? Like, when is Women's
know.
History Month or something?
March.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Lisa
let's
and
dress
Wendy.
let's dress as Lisa and Wendy. I'm gonna put that little thing in this.
Wendy? Yes,
Yes,
Lisa. We're just gonna start.
I don't have a little
is the water hot
top
enough?
on.
Yes, Lisa. Shall we begin? Yes, Lisa.
Get it.
Please don't start with me.
You did that whole thing and said, "Don't
Please
start
don't-
with me." She did that entire thing on her own. Tell me some "Don't start."
Till you find the righteous one. Computer blue. Please don't get me started. I can't. Okay.
I mean, please, you're just talking to yourself. I'm just watching you go, and you just telling yourself, "You better stop." You better stop.
No, you.
Who is she talking to? All right.
Okay.
This week, I am an inefficient, time-draining work committee.
And I am an attitudinal teenager. Not even just a teenager. Just an attitudinal child.
22. 52.
Gregory A. Davson, I'm looking you in the eye right now. You feel me?
Yep. Any
You feel me?
attitudinal offspring.
I don't even want to talk about it because this conversation we'll
be a
never
good
get
time.
to today's topic if you
But
talk about patience and
these are the
endurance.
things that require patience and endurance. That's what we're talking about today. Situations that require patience and endurance. Attitudinal offspring and inefficient work committees. But we're also add joy.
Where life plus joy equals satisfaction.
I can get some.
Satisfaction.
I better get some.
And I try. And I try. And I try. And I try. I can't get no satisfaction. Till you find a
Something's wrong with
righteous
us
one.
Something's wrong with
Computer
us today.
blue. I can always bring it back.
Yep, there's no place it doesn't fit. Much like can you feel it? You know, you got to put that in everything as well. Oh my gosh, I don't know who we are today. Okay. We are in the seasons of patience and endurance.
We are.
And that was just a little test to see if you could like patiently endure.
Because you roll with us. You still here?
How goofy we can be. So thank you so much for being patient and enduring it. Good job. Your first assignment is complete.
Check.
What is patience and enduring?
It is the capacity to tolerate discomfort, delay reward, and maintain the stamina to finish a thing you don't prefer.
Amen. Right? Amen. So we're starting the episode off with the things that can try your patience. Our whole episode is about that today, right? We're going to talk about how to get through those situations that are like, oh, I'm supposed to have patience through this? I don't know. Right? But we're going to start every episode with those things. What are the things that can try our patience and endurance?
Criticizing family members.
You know the ones. You don't even want to let them in your house because they're going to have something to say. Why do you have that? That's the color you're going for. You know, I wouldn't put those towels right there. Okay, thank you. Wait outside.
Damn, they got to wait all the way outside.
What do you think? Like, what? Okay.
I don't know what you get from volunteering your preferences to someone else. I didn't ask you.
When I tell you that people think that I'm doing you a favor by letting you know, I'm going to come to where you are and let you know what I don't like about something.
And you
you've
think
done.
Because we share blood that I needed to know this right here, right now.
But it does take patience and endurance because you're not going to snap off on your Uncle Charlie. I mean, I hope you don't snap off on your Uncle Charlie. I mean,
let's hope.
Let's hope.
Huh? Well,
it takes patience and endurance to kind of get through those situations. Micromanagers require a lot of patience, and micromanaging skyrocketed during the pandemic. Like as soon as workers went home, managers went into like overdrive. Like, just film yourself working. Just give me a video of your 8 hours sitting here at the end. In fact, when you go to the bathroom, take the phone with you so I can see you going to the bathroom. I mean, it's just like. Please do not micromanage my every move.
You know what it is? Ultimately, micromanagers struggle with trust. They just struggle with, but some of that too is just ego. You think as the micromanager that you can do it best, then you do it. Yeah. But once you've handed it over to me, set it free.
Yeah. That also means you're not so much of a great leader, right? A great leader shouldn't have to micromanage. If you are not good at delegating, then that is a leadership quality, that you don't possess. But yes, those of us who are in workspaces and other spaces with micromanage, some of our partners are micromanagers. Just every move you make. Don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Do that. Listen.
Every single take, every breath you make, I'll be watching,
managing you.
Oh, can't you see you belong to me? That's like a micromanager's like anthem.
Every step. Just you can
it's terrible.
Every single step.
Everything you did.
I'm on top of. What else? Do we need
Baby,
patience?
we live in Atlanta.
I know what you're gonna say now.
We live in Atlanta, and I'm talking about 3:00 a.m. on a Tuesday.
What? And take you an hour to get 3 miles.
If you on 285, you will experience some traffic. Okay?
Why?
I don't know why it is. I don't understand how we have been working on the infrastructure of Atlanta City proper for decades. When is it going to end?
Well, the city planning people and many other people. One, it's the accidents. That's the accident.
We have the worst drivers in the I don't care what anybody says. Atlanta
it's that.
has
What's
the
also
worst
the planning of things make it so that it's hard to see. I mean, a lot of accidents are come from just roads being.
We have 28 streets called Peachtree,
and they go up and down in hills, and they go around corners, and you can't see. It's terrible.
There's road, there's lane,
and nobody rides
parkway.
the public transportation for a city this size, and nobody's on that MARTA. You get on MARTA, it'd be like empty. You know what I'm saying?
Only if we're going to a Falcons game, and then we all decide to ride MARTA.
Like even children don't ride it. In any other given city, people without cars get on public trans. Young people here be like, come get me, or I'm going Uber.
When the Bariki, when Messiah and all of them were like 12 or 13, we sent them on MARTA somewhere. First of all, there's 10 of them. 10 of them. And they were so outraged. What do you mean we have to ride MARTA?
I mean,
this is what children should do at 12.
We definitely got on public transportation crazy young. I mean, just like, what I'm saying? They had an under 12 bus pass, meaning you could be under 12 on the bus.
I would be 3 counties over easily.
But that's how I got places. I'm getting this bus and come to you. I'm going to my friend's house and I'm kicking the bus there.
My mom didn't have to take me anywhere.
I didn't ask her to take me.
I'd get lost and I'd figure it out. Oh, I got off at the wrong. Well, I guess let me go back and let me
go back and get on. Boom, boom. I get myself where I gotta go.
Yeah. And then what's the final thing that will test your patience?
Woo, this will get it now. Poor customer service. Everybody take a deep breath. Collectively, I feel like this. I don't know anybody who's like, yeah, I'm cool when it's poor customer service. I'm good. Whether we're talking about at the Wendy's or we're talking about trying to, get your prescription at CVS, or we are talking about being on hold, with an insurance agent. Poor.
The black woman's cry is, may I speak with your manager? Let me speak with them.
They said it's the Karen's cry. Maybe that's what Karens supposedly say.
Karens go. Did you see this video most recently of? Now let me say this: black women working for Delta delivered the greatest restraint and patience and endurance I've ever seen in my life. There's a video that's currently viral of a woman. Apparently, she was on a plane. I want to say maybe it was her time of the month. Whatever the case, she was bleeding.
Oh.
Someone saw it and said, does she need some help? Is she, a man suggested, like, there's something wrong. She's bleeding. She probably shouldn't stay here. And so she was, I guess, pulled off of this plane.
For bleeding?
Apparently, this is what it sounds like. I don't know the fullness of it. And so she is at the gate and she's screaming at the women, and they're saying, ma'am, we're trying to get you on the next flight. I understand your frustration. They're saying this to her. They are talking like this. She is just going like a harpy. I mean, the highest decibel she can reach, and she is just going off, and she is, where's your manager? Of course, one of them is like, hi.
I would be the manager. So I'm also saying, please stop screaming.
And I'm trying to, and she just starts calling them out of their name.
Goodness.
And so the people recording and everybody around at the gate are going, oh, I mean, they're all reacting to this. And so eventually, of course, she gets let off and put on the no-fly list, which
is where you earn your space to be. Come on now. So she could have shown a little patience. Like those women did who were working.
But it wasn't, and that's what you have to pay attention to. Is this poor customer service, or is there nothing that this person can do at this moment?
Is there that would increase your patience
Yeah. We're not going to just decide that if I'm not getting my way, it's poor
customer service.
Don't
That's
do
really
that.
good.
That's
really good. Yeah, I think at restaurants I'm better at that than other places. So I'm like,
there's
this
only
is a lot.
so much.
I see that you. They're like, where's my drink? Well, I mean, there's like 90 tables and her. By herself. So yes, but those are things that I think you increasing your empathy increases your patience and endurance.
Exactly, because I think to your point, we're in a restaurant. This is a person who's been here I don't know how many hours. They're allowed to make a mistake. Something could have been off. When you start to attack them with your attitude, how do you think that this helps the situation? Doesn't get you what you want quicker. Just
at all.
Yeah.
So today, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to address those situations in life that require patience and endurance. So, when you think working on patience and endurance, people think kind of the same things, like working on mindfulness and yoga and other kind of centering tools, which of course we do believe in. Those are good to apply to almost any situation. But we want to talk specifically about those annoyances, right? The stuff you just going to trip off of, right? And how to handle them using the principle of patience and endurance. What's the first one?
You don't want me to talk about this one right now?
Just breathe through it.
I need to keep rubbing. Keep rubbing. I need it.
It's a vigorous, just a super rub.
Just like an almost painful. Like you got to put your elbow in.
It's going.
Baby, parenting. I'm going to look you in the eye on this one. All my parents, just pause right here. We're just going to have a moment together.
Of silence.
I'm going to pour a little liquor into my mouth for all of us.
Because there's a lot of liquor in there. It's not a little.
And you know why? Because parenting. This is my escape. Listen, children, they create extreme emotions for us as parents. We know this. We typically, hopefully, you get the pride, you get the joy. Sometimes we get the fear. I mean, just the fear of losing them. They go away from us. We've just got the fear that no one's going to take care of them the way that we would. All of these things, right? But they also bring the frustration and the anger
and the fury.
Gregory, I love you.
Oh,
because we have been in it together for decades now. But dealing with your offspring requires a level of patience and endurance to survive parenthood. You literally are trying to get out of this thing alive.
I'm just trying to get through it.
And I shout out those of you that have more than one. How?
Got a whole bunch of little people in there.
How? When people tell me that they have
like 5 kids, and
3, I'm in awe. But then I hear my sissy is one of 16. All with the same parents. And I'm just like,
my cat,
how?
My diamonds nor my pearls could have maintained 16 children.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. So these are some ways that you've got to consider. How do you get out of this thing? Like it's like the Hunger Games.
What are you going to do to get through?
May the odds be ever in your favor. Right?
Please do.
Okay. Choose your battles.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff we've just got to decide. We're not gonna fight over this.
I over the years, things like pull your pants up and don't wear the earring or don't do your hair. You got to comb that afro out. Look at all your favorite little NBA players. None of them combing the afro out. They all have a little beady look. I know you don't like it. That's what they're wearing now. Ulster. It's just true. You know what I'm saying? Like
now, if they want to wear a thong to school,
that is different.
Let's rein it in a little bit. But
if they're little, if your son's little box on top got these little, and you think like, why would you do? Why that looks so? It's because everyone else
was
at his
about 3 or 4
year
old.
Just
and I should have known then that she decided there was a season where she had to wear sunglasses every day. I'm talking about rain, sleet, snow every day, but they had to be upside down. She had to wear rain boots.
How?
I'm sorry. Hold on. 3.
Okay.
She had to wear rain boots, but only when it was sunny outside. Because
when they're whimsical.
Because when it was raining, she wanted to wear her Minnie Mouse patent leather shoes. Okay. And she wanted to wear tights, but only if they had holes in them and a feather boa. And I just decided.
Put that on for me and go to this Walgreens. Because you're only going to Walgreens. Now, again, I get it. If you don't want to go to
If you name your child after the Maasai warriors, you're going to get some fights. It is what I was like, go on ahead and whatever you go. Put that on, let's go.
But yeah, my daughter's middle name is Asada, which also means warrior, right? So we just have warrior children.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Warrior spirit. She has warrior spirit. Yeah. And and I feel like you call them up, but you have to decide what to endure this thing. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon parenting. So if you're just gonna trip off absolutely everything,
you're gonna be
all
miserable.
of the music, all of the friends, all of the clothes, all of the hairstyles, all of the jewelry, all of the makeup. No.
Yeah,
Some, what I mean? Some stuff is just
somewhere.
like, well, this is what they do. It's not my preference, but that's also not me. It's not a mini you. We like to say that, but it's not. Appreciate your patience also, by just
we get frustrated because
sometimes.
we can see the direction they're going in, and we want to save them from themselves. Go on ahead and let them fail.
Don't, because they have to get it.
They gotta get the
saving
lesson.
them from the lessons means they never get the lesson.
Let them get it.
Yeah, don't do that.
But also set boundaries and keep them. I'm going to say this for children and everybody. This is what we do as parents, though, and this is where we struggle. We set the boundary, we don't keep it. And then you can't figure out why your child has no discipline. Well, because you enforce this rule, but you didn't enforce it.
My friend's mother took her. Actually, we were all there. The Six Flags Great America. This is the this is the Six Flags that's in Illinois, and we were all there. Her mother was like just kind of like chaperoning us, but like we were all there at Six Flags. And some people had their parents, some people didn't. And she told I'll never forget that. She was like, "You better stop this. We are leaving." And, I mean, it's far to drive out to Gurnee, Illinois, to go to Six Flags, pack up all the friends, the other mothers, everybody's out there. I want you to know that she did it one more time, and they left that. It cost money. The cost to park. She could not believe it.
That's so good.
She said, "We're getting in this car and we're leaving." You leaving Six Flags? There's no way. And I'm sure she probably thought there's no way she's gonna walk out of Six Flags. No, there was a way she was walking, and she sure did. You take the little tram back to your spot. I mean, it is dramatic to go and dramatic to leave.
If you hop over this line, if this is a line,
she drew
right
that
here.
line, and she dared to cross it, and they left that Six Flags.
If you if a toenail goes over this line.
She so calmly went to. She did not whoop her at Six Flags. None of that happened. She said, "We can go."
All right, come on.
All right. Tell your friends bye-bye.
Yep.
What? We were upset. What? She was like, good night. We can ready to go. One or two other mothers were like, "Oh, come on." Because I told her that's not what we're doing.
If it's no, let
she
the
broke up
no
out of there.
stand.
It's from Six Flags. Let the no stand. Draw those boundaries. Sometimes it can increase our patience. I mean, remember, patience a lot of times comes from having empathy and things like that too. Sometimes just understanding child development increases your patience. I work with parents sometimes that are like, why is my child doing that? I'm like, well, at 2,
right.
This is what they do. We've all been in stores before and cringed a bit when we saw a child get like a spanking or something like that for something that's just absolutely normal for that time. Little children touch things, no matter how you said, don't touch anything in this store. Well, I'm like 20 months old. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally how I experience the world. It's how I know things. So I am going to put my hand out and touch things. And having some understanding about that increases the patience, When the number of teenagers that I evaluate, and I'm like, the diagnosis is teenager. No, she has like a behavior disorder. I tell her to do the dishes and she don't even do them. That's not a disorder.
I'm gonna take it a step further. That brain don't get really clear until 25.
Oh, yeah, 25.
So go on ahead in them early 20s.
Even then,
gonna give you a problem too.
Yeah, your brain is not even.
I've tried it and I know.
I mean, some stuff we just have to, and not just take anything, you know what I'm saying? But we do have to know it's developmentally, it's not completely inappropriate. Your one sweet child starts deep sighing. Why are you sighing? What is this? They just hit this, you know what I mean? Where they think they know everything.
What it is you're going to lose your mind over and what you just going to roll your eyes and be like,
right. Is it going to steal your joy that this teenager is acting like a teenager? Right. There's no medication. Well, she needs some medicine or something to clean her room.
Right.
No medicine gonna make her clean the room. She's just being teenagery. And of course, something that you can do to increase your patience and your endurance as a parent is to prioritize your own self-care. I did not say your mother-daughter time or your father-son bonding. I did not say pouring into your children. And in fact, we're taking a minute where I'm saying, kids.
You know that meme where you tossing the child.
Jump shot that baby.
F them kids. Sometimes
if you don't have anything built in your schedule that is just completely unchilded, just a child-free moment, just get lost and forget
in fact,
you have
a child being there is out of pocket. No, you really have
planning for a child.
I don't care how many children you have. Okay. You have 10 children. I'm telling you.
You need a moment.
Find your without a child time.
It increases your ability to endure the time, to have patience with your if you're 24-hour on in any role, but especially parenting, it's detracting from your joy.
Oof. All right, so we getting off of children.
Getting off of children, workplace challenges, right? So many of us, even if we love our jobs, you still need patience and endurance to just get through the workday. Micromanaging supervisors, we just talked about those. Sneaky, deceptive, hating colleagues, or ones that don't work, you know what I'm saying? Or just overall frustrating work environments. Sometimes just like my building was just like ice cold. It's not even a person that made me upset. It was so cold sometimes that my fingers couldn't. I was like, come on, man. Like, you can't cut that. heat. It seems like a basic, you know what I'm saying? And I remember like colleagues,
Basic need.
I'm going home. They don't want to turn. If I'm be cold, I'm going home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, right? Those things lead to a lack of patience, right? And endurance sometimes. So some things to counter that. Learn and practice some quick relaxation techniques, like something you can do in your office. I have the Calm app, and there's a little category called work, and I just hit that sometimes. Like, give me 3 minutes of something to make this Zoom, you know what I'm saying, or this meeting, you know what I'm saying, palatable.
I have a dear friend from college. He is married to a woman who she wasn't the superintendent of my district, but she was like right under or something. And so we were at it was kind of a leadership, it was a leadership training. And she's just kind of talking about, she wasn't talking to us about leadership techniques, but this stayed with me. She said, y'all take down this number. This is my work number. And I'm going to be really honest. I'm always in this phone. Like you can really reach out to me anytime. I'm in this phone because it's where I have all of my games stored. She said, every now and then I've got to take 5, 10, 15 minutes to just play. She started naming the games. I was like, I thought it was just.
Nope. Redecor. I have several word games. Wordle, Spelling Bee.
I didn't know that it was.
And that it's healthy. And it's something that allows you to endure your workday.
So now what I have done is that every time I finish a project, I tell myself, go on ahead and play a round of whatever is your game of choice. And then you move into the next project. I need it.
It's got to happen.
I need it. It's got to happen. Another thing, this is, I don't know why more people don't do this. Delegate.
And I mean, even at the peer level, you know, we always think delegate is only people who are under us in some way. I'm talking about, I'm talking about your same peer. The whole department is putting on whatever this thing is. Can you take care of this part?
And I'm going to hold you responsible to that. And I think where we find difficulty is that we think that, they're going to think that I'm being bossy, or I'm going to be, listen.
Or I want my ego wants to do it all, and I want to say that I've done
Someone
it all.
trusted me to get a thing done. I'm going to use whatever it takes to
get it done.
That thing done, which means I may have to talk to my colleague and say, hey, this has to be on my desk by a certain time. Do you need help with it? But this is your responsibility, okay? Good. And set that thing free. And let them do it, and don't micromanage.
That's how you
see how that came back around?
Yes. Now, for some of us, this is more challenging, but it's, it sounds kind of corny, but maintaining a positive mindset about the job, right? If you wake up every morning like, oh God, I'm going to my hell.
Yeah. But you need a new job.
Right? How you going to have patience with a plantation and you calling it that? You don't have patience with slavery. The number of people who be like, I'm on the plantation. Like, But and even though that it's kind of a joke, it sets a tone for every time you walk into the building. Your patience is gonna be super short.
And also know where your place is, where if you need a quick pick me
up.
My girl Tian, hey Simon, that's my boo. When I need a moment, when I am just like, I walk right on over to her cubicle and be like, what you doing? And just get my moment. My girl D, who sits across from me, listen, they know if I'm coming over there I'm coming to Kiki real quick, and then I'm going to go right back because I want to stay in this positive. My girl Rice walks in, I'd be like, okay, I see you cute, sis. We're going to take a couple minutes where we're just going to talk about absolutely nothing at all so that I can stay in this positive mindset. Because there are people that I adore here. So I'm going to interact with them so that I can remember this is a part of my job that I love too, if I get into those tricky places.
And did you see how she had like some deliberate actions, right? All deliberate actions take patience.
Ooh.
Right. Anything now, if we're doing something haphazardly, we don't need to exercise any patience. If we're just, we off the cuff, we don't need patience for off the cuff. But if you're saying, no, my deliberate actions are play my game when I get stressed. My deliberate actions are I leave for lunch. I don't eat lunch at my desk, right? I have to get out of here. That cuts my lunch down.
That.
You're right. Travel time. That's fine. I'd rather have 45 minutes of peace than 1 hour of stress sitting here at my desk, right? But anything that's planned like that,
know what you need,
right? Know
what you need.
But that takes patience.
Yeah,
it takes patience.
And then finally, learn when to say no. Y'all, there's nothing. I don't know why we've become martyrs and that we think that we're just supposed to say yes to everything.
People even talk to us as though the yes is assumed. Sometimes you have to politely respond and kind of say, I didn't agree to do this.
Especially as Black women. I'm going to say
I didn't agree to be on
listen.
this committee, but this sounds great. I know somebody else should be able to work on it. I see myself written into the plans here. I'm not attending.
And I'm going to say this. People will write you into a thing because they admire the work that you do, right?
It's a compliment.
It's a shout out to you.
But it also, though,
that doesn't mean you have to take it on.
The dig of it, though, is they thought they could. There are some people who they know they can't just write them into it. They're going to have to ask. They didn't ask you because there's some people that be like, no, don't just put her in there.
You see?
Because she going to go live. You better get a written confirmation that she's going to be in it. You know what I mean?
People will try you at the level that they think that
you're going to meet them at. But that isn't, we're talking about we're talking about the long game here. You know what I mean? We're talking about the stamina to ride this job out. In order to do that, you got to say no to some things sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to have some. So it's hard to have patience and endurance sometimes when we think we're in a crisis, right? So, and I think we talk a lot about kind of everyday things, and sometimes we are in more serious things, than everyday things. But I think we have to, to manage a crisis situation, right, with patience and endurance, we have to make sure it actually is one. Sometimes we think it's a crisis. You know what I mean? I broke a nail. It is a crisis. This happened. You have to stop for a second. Is it a crisis? Or that's just not what I preferred to happen. You're planning an event, right? And you wanted to get these special little something, to put on each of the tables, and they didn't come. Is the joy of the entire event lost?
Right. Yeah. So just assess the situation.
Right.
Take a breath.
The situation, right?
See what's really going on.
really happening here. Also in crisis, I think you need to just use what's available to you. That really helps you with the endurance part, right? That's how you kind of have the stamina to stop reinventing the wheel and think you got to just shoulder the whole thing. What do I have? What's here that can get me through whatever this thing is? You need to, cook for all the people such and such. Oh my gosh, do I need to go to the store and get all these gourmet meal, things? Or do I need to look into the pantry to see what's already in there?
And make the gourmet meal from what I got.
From what I have here.
Right.
Not
what I envisioned, but what is the reality?
What is
What's
the reality?
in front of me?
And also, who's here that can help me run the race? It doesn't say endure by yourself, right? Sometimes your greatest and most available resource is your coworker, your friend.
It ain't you. It ain't you. That goes back to that delegate and figure out, who do I need to pull on? And then prioritize the necessary tasks. Sometimes you feel like you've ended up in a crisis because you realize you've gotten to the end of something and the necessary things weren't done.
Right.
Well, that was because I prioritized the things that were not necessary. And now here I am, and I have 17 minutes left. And now I can't get the things done that should have been.
And I'm mad about it. And I have no patience for this whole thing.
And I've created my own crisis.
You created your own crisis.
Yeah. Just prioritize those.
So I don't know a better place other than parenting that you need patience and endurance than in your relationships. How do I increase my patience with my boo, partner, husband, girlfriend, throuple participant, paramour, whatever. Right? One thing is, this sounds really corny, but it's really true, right? You literally practice listening. Literally practice really zoning in. It actually helps to practice your patience. If you're always planning what you're going to say while the other person is talking, you're not practicing your patience and you're not exhibiting it, right? Put your phone down, turn your own mind off, and go right into what they're saying. Really follow along.
Practice hearing what's actually said and not what you thought
think is being
heard.
implied.
Like repeat back the exact words that they
what
say.
I hear you saying is.
Are you saying? I have a friend who I love it when she says this. What I hear you saying is do more of that instead of, well, I just don't understand why it is that I didn't say that.
I didn't even say that, so I don't know why I don't know why we're here.
I didn't say that
because
that's not what I said.
Right, that would increase your look how quickly that would increase your patience and your endurance.
I'm gonna tell you the other thing that will free you. Pause before you respond.
You gotta have patience to do that. Stop blurting out the first thing that come in your mind. I'm hurt that you've been hurt.
You ever see when somebody you text something to somebody and then you can see the 3 dots, they're responding, and then you get nothing because they decided.
For a second. Let me see.
And you should be glad for that.
Don't rocket
lunch. Because
lunch.
if they had said what they were intending to initially say, we might not be together.
Email to that coworker, to that supervisor, sleep on it. Let somebody else see the email. I have a colleague that does that, and it's good because he has like just a razor for a tongue. She knows this person. He's another professor with us, and he has like a snake. You know what I'm saying, for a tongue. And he will do that. He will send me the email first. I'm thinking about sending this, and I'll be like,
that's good. Yeah.
Do not send that.
Don't send that. Yeah.
I was like, you mad, huh? You know, like, let's take a second. What happened? Let's me and you process the anger or whatever's happening right here before you just rocket launch this, scathing email.
That's what my girl Tian does that. She comes and she gets me, can you look over something real quick? Can you read over this before I send this? And I'd be like, take all that out because all of that had emotion.
You just snapping. That's not even clarity about the situation. That's just your anger.
Yes.
And now we have just the sentence. I'd like to speak about what happened today.
Just pause sometimes.
Right. Pause.
But also, and not even that far into it. Sometimes I need other people to respond because I'm like, that's not where I was going with it. That's not what I thought about it. In my own mind and what I bring to it, I was going in a totally different direction. I didn't know this was where we were going. Okay, I'm glad I paused.
Let me pause to even join you on the same page.
Yeah.
We're not even on the same page.
Yeah.
I think in relationships too, we have to give, we have to give love in general, like the time and the space to grow, but we have to give our partner that too. So if you said, I told, him yesterday that I like such and such and such. Well, yes, it was only yesterday. And for 45 years, he's lived not doing that. So no, he didn't change that overnight. He didn't, in the last 5 hours, he did not change a 40-year habit. Right.
And I think you can consider
give that
this
some time
with any relationship you've had. We at the time this airs, we've been best friends at this point for 28 years. Who we've been at different iterations has been anniversary. Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary.
It's our special day.
Yes. So we are 28 years in. We have had all kinds of ups and downs. The patience and endurance that you got to have for somebody.
That's what keeps us together.
If you commit to loving somebody, you say, ooh.
No matter what's happened, I'm going to wait on you.
Because I love you.
I'm going to wait on myself. I'm acting like a fool, so I'm about to just wait on myself.
We've shown up as such vastly different people in 28 days. What are you talking about? 28 years?
8 hours.
So when you think about that, think about your relationships that have existed over long periods of time. And I get that when we get into relationships with people, there's such angst. We want it to work so badly that the slightest discomfort and we start to get anxious about. Give it time and space, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Wade through the water.
Wade in the water. Wait in the water, children, wait in the water.
God's gonna trouble
The water. Oh, now wait.
Come on, children.
I don't know how we get here, y'all. I don't know why we get here.
Why do we get here?
Yes, but that's a bit just
You do.
Just,
You have to be patient. You have identified something, or you got married to something that you saw when you walked down that aisle. You're gonna have some patience with that. Why don't you pick them clothes up? Why don't she do such and such? Because
we're not divorcing over no clothes on the floor. Like come on now. That's not what you said to God now.
Patience and endurance. We're gonna understand that breaking a habit takes longer than your complaint. Your dissatisfaction with this thing that I'm doing. That's short. Me breaking a habit of things that I've done for that. I understand you're dissatisfied. People are like, nah, if she cared, they would change.
Do it.
Tomorrow?
Do it. Do it till you're satisfied, whatever it is. You got to, once you communicate it to the person, you then got to give them the time.
How they go? Right.
To fix it. Yeah.
Can you imagine teaching class? I'm teaching somebody to read, and I'm teaching you to read. You are like 4 years old. And I just drop a book right there.
Hey,
I taught you to read yesterday. How you come in here not reading this? And I told you reading was what I preferred. If you cared, you would be reading by now.
I like to eat
apples and bananas. You came here to talk about apples and bananas. How do you not get that? You don't care about me. That's what it is. You don't care.
You see what this is?
Can I get a learning?
Do?
Listen, that's so
This
true.
is what y'all do.
I can't get a learning curve.
What y'all do? Ooh.
You can't give me a little patience on this. And if you couldn't, now then the ball still kind of rolls back to you. If you couldn't, I couldn't get past this thing that you have. Well, what are we doing together?
There's a difference between non-negotiables and what I don't prefer.
Right.
Two very different things.
It could have been non-negotiable because we're here.
Patience, endurance.
Could have been non-negotiable because here we are.
But here's the thing. If I'm saying I am committed to you, I'm committed to loving you, I am not willing. My non-negotiable is that I have you in my life.
Right.
If that's the case, then we about to roll.
How can we get there? Right? Like how can we work on some things to get there? Do I need to increase my patience in terms of being more accepting about what you bring to the table? Do you need to increase your patience in terms of putting more effort into and working on it? How are we going to get there? Because me just complaining every day about
don't do that to the people that
how you do?
Love. No.
Well, no.
I'm just have patience. I'm hoping that you're going to come. Trouble don't last always. I'm telling you.
Trouble don't last. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last. I love when tenor sings.
Listen.
Last
always. That wait upon the Lord. Oh, he shall renew their strength. Hey.
Sopranos. Run and not get weary.
I walk and not faint. Run and not get weary.
That's good though. Like
ethereal sounds of praise.
You talking about patience though? Waiting on God that's good though. We don't have that on here, but I mean, waiting. They that wait
upon the Lord. He shall renew. That means when you start feeling weak, I promise you, whatever Lord you serve, I'm telling you, somebody is going to show you. They are going to
talking real
throw a raft in your. Listen, I know you just
Wait
out here.
upon him shall have a new strength.
You out here on these choppy waters, and I'm telling you, I'm about to send you a raft.
You know what's so funny is you have no idea how long it is between where the choppy water is and the shore. If you give up, you might have only been a few feet away. You in them choppy waters, I can't endure this. I can't do it. It was over here. You just didn't see it.
We gonna get in here preaching.
You didn't have the faith to just let me hang on. Let me have the patience and endurance to hang on a little while longer. You thought you were far away from it. You were around the corner.
You just don't know.
Listen, as a college teacher, the number of people that we have that are a credit short of graduating.
Woo!
Not even a whole semester. A credit.
No matter what you've been through. Listen, I know he'll make a way if you just hang on.
One class.
Just a little longer.
I'm tired of college, so I'm going to go. I'm not coming back one semester. You have one semester. You have one semester. You're not going to come. You're not going to. You don't have the patience. I just need to start working right now. It's 5 months.
Keep on. Don't ever stop.
5 months.
Listen, I've tried it and I know.
Summer school.
That's. Okay.
It's 6 weeks long.
We preaching too good. Come on now. I'm about to start.
6 weeks
I can't get up and shout because I ain't got no pants on.
Couple therapy. Go for 1 year.
Here we go.
1 year. Now I'm out of here. 1 year. You're not going to give this thing 1 year to go to this therapist?
I've gone to couples therapy with friends.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. I had business partners that come into couple therapy too. Two, super masculine men. Like we're in here. I was like, we are not a couple. But we're gonna kill each other in this business, and we need somebody. To,
and this business
help
is
us.
Too good, and it's too. What we have here is too precious, and so
you're gonna help us work on this.
Be patient in your relationships. I'm telling you, that patience and endurance in your relationships will see you through.
Listen. Most importantly, there too, you have to be patient with yourself, how you're showing up in the relationship. You too. You've made some promises as well to your partner, and you also were not going to show up tomorrow. And don't become so frustrated that you give up the entire thing. I'm working on whatever this thing is.
Promises we can't keep.
Who sings that?
It's a man.
Williams? It's
somebody.
No.
It's like a Johnny Gill or
promises.
Now I got to look it up.
You do. Yeah, instant gratification. That's the instant gratification of the Googling. Back then, we just kept on singing, and we kept asking people until somebody had the answer. What a time to learn patience and endurance. All right, moving right along. It is important also to have patience with your own body, right? Just your health challenges. Marty and I have had various and sundry, health challenges over time. Thank goodness we didn't just give up. Sometimes it can be really challenging too to even like treat certain things. You know what I'm saying? Even the treatments, you'd be like, I'm tired of doing this. Sometimes you just have to endure it. You have to.
It was
you have to
Christopher Williams. Good for you.
Come on, Christopher Williams. I don't know why I knew that.
Okay.
All right, but you can get in front of it by practicing some patience and endurance before you even have health challenges. Like if you have a healthy kind of exercise and eating habits, when something happens, if you do have a health crisis, you're not scrambling like, oh my God, I better change my diet from all hot dogs and Kool-Aid.
Jesus.
Because that's what people do, start revving up something. They get a scare.
Yeah.
And now I have to learn all these habits and stuff like that. Don't wait till the scare.
That's right.
Practice that patience and endurance ahead of time.
Yes. Find meaning in the health challenge.
Listen, we getting deep now.
Learn the lesson in what. Now, of course, there are some things that happen to us that, we can't control. Yeah. There's a lesson in that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control everything. I'm not supposed to control.
You did everything right.
Everything.
And still got, I'm saying, whatever, got cancer, high blood. But there's people who are out here doing, quote unquote, everything right. Had a heart attack.
Let me tell you something. I know a woman right now who is struggling with high blood pressure because of that right there, trying to get everything right.
Yep. The perfection. Diet is fine.
Diet is fine.
Remember, high blood pressure comes from that stress also, too.
Here we go.
And not just you like salty chips.
Here we go. Attitude and mindset. If you shift that, your health is going to go in a different direction. We talking too good about
we're podding.
We in here podding.
Just pod on through. And if people can get through, be patient with our little, Tourette's.
I don't care if you're patient or not.
Then we have, you get these gems.
If you hear you was patient.
You get the gems beyond the Tourette's. Come on. And it's really important, really, I think to endure a lot of our health challenges, we have to start asking for help. A lot of times we just find out people just sick by themselves. Well, I found out I had cancer last year. And you didn't tell anybody? Like, that's wild.
Every single one of us.
That's wild.
You can't.
That's not how you endure it.
How you have people in your life talking about, these are my best friends and I love them.
They have no idea what you're suffering through. When I tell you
this season, these 7 weeks that I have been sitting in my house, the way that when friends said, I'm just coming over to sit, good. Come right on over.
Oh, speaking of, there's a surprise.
Okay.
Okay, so sometimes Maddie likes surprises and sometimes she doesn't. Just so everybody knows that.
Struggles.
Yeah, sometimes she struggles. I, on the other hand, surprise me. I love a surprise. I love being like, all right, don't worry about it. I'll be ready. But anyway, so some shows ago, you said, we talked about the lady who got a cookie sent to her. Somebody named Jennifer or something like that.
Nancy gave a favorite cookie to her coworker.
Yes. Yeah. And you said, I didn't remember this, right? Our Joy John, Brandon Curtin, he remembered. You said, my favorite cookie is Snickerdoodle. If anybody is interested.
Wait, I'm going to cry. Whatever this is, I'm about to cry.
So today, right? He's like, are you going to see Marty today? Like, this is all behind the scenes. She does not know him.
I don't know this person.
She does not know him, right? But, he knows me. And he said, are you going to see her today? He was actually planning this yesterday. He's like, my family came through and ate them. I'm going to have to make another batch. So he made another batch for you. Yes. Because his family came through and ate it. He made another batch of Snickerdoodles. And I said, well, he does not live over here. He lives by where I live, right, which is across town. I said, I'm going to be at her house. He said, what's the address? I gave him the address. And he said, but we're about to record. He said, that's fine. I'll have a courier bring them and leave them on the steps. And so he's got his stuff on here. First of all, B. Curitan. He is. You can get some baked goods, foods, and real estate. Get everything from. Listen. He's a Renaissance man. He's a Renaissance man. He is. He's a Renaissance man, and he made Snickerdoodles for you. She's crying for real. I don't know if you can see.
Brandon. No. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! And there, y'all.
Look at.
No.
But she said this a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how long it is because we're recording, but it's at least been like a couple of weeks. But even that, to have patience in the celebration of a person. Because a lot of times what we'll do is we'll think of a thought like that, and because we can't do it right now, we forget, we let the thought
I'm about to eat this too, y'all.
You better.
Listen,
you better.
And I'm going to tell you.
Right? But we'll let the thought go because we can't do it right away. Have the patience even in that. Yeah. Buy the thing now that you know that they're going to enjoy for their birthday, and their birthday is 6 months away.
I need to have a conversation about these.
He's a Renaissance man. I'm telling you, man, he'll sell you a whole luxury house. I'm not supposed to be eating these. It's worth it, though.
Get out of here. Listen. Let me tell you something about Snickerdoodle cookies.
Okay, I don't like Snickerdoodles.
Okay. They can sometimes leave an aftertaste that's I don't know if it's acidic. Oh God, I don't know what it is.
Fluffy.
This is buttery.
Why is it moist and buttery? And
who is this? Who is Brandon? We go together.
Yeah, y'all go together.
You're my boyfriend now.
Oh, yay.
You know that?
Wait. here.
Now I'm really gonna cry.
There's a card in here.
I don't know if I can read this.
Brandy, turn. Wait a minute.
This is the
This got address. That must be for both of us.
Dear Add Joy podcast team. I hope these snickerdoodle cookies add joy to your day, just like your podcast does for me.
It's a handwritten note.
I don't think you understand. Y'all, there's no aftertaste in this.
It's moist.
It's moist.
It's cinnamony on the outside.
It's buttery.
Oh my
Brandon.
God, Brandon, I know you got your logo on here. Can you put your website on this thing?
We-
now? We're going to work on this, but you need a website right here.
We're
or a
getting
QR
married by
code.
the end of 2024. Are you going to cook these for me all the
You have
time?
lovely big-haired children.
I
It's just big curly. He has a big. He has a big
Where would
curly.
they come from? Ooh,
He has a big
where
curly.
would they grow?
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Brandon, this is
Oh.
the loveliest.
Handwritten.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. In a season where I'm gonna cry.
I mean, we're gonna be patient through the crying.
In a season where
There's so many here.
this has been a rough season, Brandon. Just to get this at the end of this is so lovely. Thank you so.
Thank you, Brandon. No, he's a good dude.
Oh, thank you,
I've known
Brandon.
him for some years. He is a
Ugh,
fantastic
this
human,
is-
and he also cooks. Obviously, I mean,
Now listen, Brandon. Let me tell you
Come
what else I
through.
like. I'm gonna start
no,
naming.
no,
all-
listen. I need to be clearer out here. I feel
You
like
know
I
what we
keep
didn't
saying
do?
tacos.
Wait a second. Please go get that gift. You have pants on. I can't get up.
What?
Please.
What gift? I don't got no good pants on.
Well, I don't want to care. Go get the gift that Mama Banks got us. It's right over here.
Where is it? Wait, hold
Right
on, my
there.
pants are big.
Well- I cut it out. I cut it out. I'm gonna cut it out. Well, they can't see you right now, but
you
you're.
I was trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Get out!
I mean,
Let me tell you something, y'all. I can't explain.
we both got one.
For Christmas, first of all, we have adopted Mama Banks. We have someone in our life that we just, we adore him
Yes.
beyond.
My best friend.
Now he works my last damn.
That too.
You talk about patience and endurance
Oh.
with somebody. We have had
Yes.
knockdown, drag out fights over the years, but if nothing,
Good
but I will
times.
fight you over Scotty
Yeah.
Banks, and I want you to know that I will take you down. I will tackle you behind this man. But we have adopted his mother. She has taken us on. She said, "Oh, well, y'all are my daughters too." That's fine, and she is our mama. She sent us these gifts. Let me tell you something. I can't explain to you how much these gifts are for us. These are taco holders.
Taco holders, but also with the little cup because we like burrito taco. Listen,
And then it says Casa de Add Joy.
we each have one.
But I want you to, I'm going to take it a step further.
We took it a step further.
They are made from the wood of recycled bourbon casts. Wait, it just doesn't. It's like she just.
It's bourbon and tacos.
Uh,
I'm just,
How?
I
don't
could change my name
understand.
to bourbon and tacos. I could from now on,
Just call me
henceforth,
that.
be known as bourbon taco.
This was the loveliest. Y'all,
It's beyond thoughtful.
it's like I don't want to use
It's
it.
be-
I
I'm
am.
gonna use it. I'll wipe that little thing down.
Yeah, I am.
But I mean, it's beyond
This is-
thoughtful.
Listen,
But
Listen.
this like even we hadn't even thought about this. Honestly,
No,
this
no,
is something I just thought about. Patience in the celebration of somebody. We like that. There's a thoughtfulness that comes with the patience of celebrating somebody. A handwritten letter takes time to do. You know what I mean?
we're going to talk about it.
and
We're going to do it. We're going to do an
yeah,
episode
I think
about
we
this.
should because
Where-
when you're,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
really, it's not just we've been thinking about patience and endurance from a negative standpoint, right? Just from discomfort, just suffering, just But you know what I'm saying? But you also to wait
Yeah.
for me to buy somebody something and just wait.
And just wait until they get
until it's the
until
time,
they
you know what I'm saying, to give it to them, time for the birthday, whatever the thing is.
But
to
I'm
put
going to say
energy
this.
into it. You know how much this was, she had to get this like burnished in here.
But I'm going to say this too. What this also says, we have been doing Add Joy now for a year, maybe a year and 2 weeks or something like that. And to know that what we are doing is touching you all enough that you say, I want to celebrate you. That
I'm gonna start crying.
we didn't think about that for this year that we've been doing. We haven't thought about, we're going to get gifts at some point.
That people have been moved. So
we didn't think about any of that. But that it came. I'm going to be really honest. This is a lot of work, y'all. It's a lot of work for us to do this for you all, essentially for free. Like we put this out there and we don't get, and we're going to talk about some things that some ways that you can pay us for our services. But that we have been doing this and it hasn't been, we haven't monetized this up until now, right? We are now in the season where we are saying, oh no, now we've got some things that you can give back to us, right? But for us to be celebrated with gifts, not just gifts, thoughtful. You went and said, what is the thing you
Snickerdoodle? You heard what she said, and then let me just give them a little piece. Just one little piece. I know, 'cause I'm not really supposed to be. I'm trying to patience and endurance. My dad.
I promise you, Brandon.
It touches your tongue.
I hope you don't have a girlfriend, because when I see you, I'm gonna kiss you in the mouth. Listen, this.
Why?
It's so buttery.
You could lick it and just have a. I mean, just.
I'm a put it in my mouth. In my mouth. This is an ASMR episode. We didn't even know.
Right.
This is delectable.
Sound.
This is delectable. As we sit here talking about health challenges.
Be funny, I'll be honest. I never liked a snickerdoodle in my life.
Okay.
When you said it was your favorite, I was like, why?
Because it has an aftertaste that's weird.
It's a weird tasting cookie.
If it's not done right.
It's a strange. I was like, why would anybody want a strange taste in their mouth like that?
Brandon, this was done right.
It's
exquisite. It's absolutely singular.
It's cookie perfection. It is magnificent.
I want to take the panties off of it and just stuff it in.
Throw it in. That's called savoring and appreciation. If you don't know that, then go back through the episode.
Okay, here we go.
And get into savoring and appreciation. If you're like, oh my God, it's a cookie, then you're not savoring.
Brandon, this thing was good.
Baby, I'm
gonna have to see you soon.
I just thought that was so sweet, and for him to follow up with me, he was like, "When are you gonna see her again? When do y'all record the podcast?"
Brandon, I rarely am I treated this well.
It's a bag full of them. They are made. He made them.
Give me that bag, because you're gonna try and walk off
night.
with it.
I might. We can't threesome these snickerdoodles. I mean, I can't get in
Brandon,
on it.
you better make some more for her, because these mine.
Don't make that for me. I'm trying to lose weight.
When I tell you, I'm gonna have to do my workout today, but I'm gonna eat these after. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon. That was very, very.
That was
thoughtful.
really lovely of you.
He really, and I really want to, express how
Joy
principled
John
that was.
Brandon.
You know what I'm saying? Like that really wasn't the principle, because he really did like follow up with me. You know how I am about returning text. He was like, okay, hello. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to do the little reminder. Anybody who texts me knows that you I must have missed a few. And then you got to be like, hi, I said something to you. Hello. He did the follow up. Like, excuse me, I asked you a question. Okay.
You got me over here on cloud nine. I am.
Yeah, he was going to be able to come to my office because he's a busy working black man.
I'm going to let you have this one. That's going to be your one.
It's okay.
Don't you? Okay.
I want that so bad.
You're going to ask me.
I want it so bad. But I'm trying, I've been drinking like green juice and stuff.
That's patience. That's patience and endurance through this thing. And I celebrate you.
I celebrate you being outside on your driveway, hitting that pavement like that. Wow. Is that a burpee? Careful.
That takes me like an hour to do.
Baby, my coach would be like, let's do 50 burpees. I was like, do you want this to be done today?
Right. By the end of the week, sure, I'll
50
get you.
burpees
I got you.
this month?
That patience and endurance. All right, we have gone so
That's okay.
far off. I don't care.
That's okay. We needed it. You
I
needed it. This is
care.
good. This is good info.
I don't care. I love it. Why do you know that? Why do you know it? How do you know it?
Got the same brain asking why. You know something.
All right, we are going to wrap up with our joy journal. I love that we have, Dawn actually said, oh no, I got another one for you. So she ran it back.
Oh yeah, so she gave us one last week, talking about taking care of her mother-in-law. And so now she has another patience testing situation.
So she said, also, when my daughter was in middle school, I was about to go read her orchestra teacher her rights. She constantly berated my daughter and told her, among other things, that she was faking when she played her violin. I know her daughter has been playing for a really long time. I want to say maybe upwards of 10 years because I took her my music stand maybe about 10 years ago. I gifted it to her daughter.
So she can fake play the violin?
So that she could fake play.
You shouldn't have. She don't need no music if she fake playing the violin.
And so Dawn said, how does one fake playing when standing in front of the class playing a piece?
You could hear that.
You heard that. You got all that.
You can hear the emotion rising.
She said, by the grace of God, I had to stop by the office to sign in.
Come on, get a pause.
And the principal, who is also a friend of mine, stopped to chat with me when I told her I was there and that I was about to go open a can.
And you know of what? You know what she was going to open a can of.
She went with me and handled the situation on the spot. And sometimes, y'all, God will put some people in your life so that
to slow you down for just a second.
Down.
You are on your way to excuse me, I got somewhere to go. Somebody's like, hey.
You about to catch a case.
Yep.
Listen, and let me
help
put this
you
little
right
angel in front of you real quick.
You don't have all the information or whatever it is. Take that little pause, have a little patience. All right. Our Morehouse brother, Smook.
I love Smook. When I say I love Smook,
he's smoking, and he lives in Atlanta.
And Oakland, which is so...
He lives in Oakland, too?
He has his... Yes.
Oh,
he goes regularly. He's bi-coastal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when asked about, patience, he's like, whoo, glad you asked. Women keep asking me to jump in and do that to me a line dance. I don't know why. They know I don't do any line dances, and I never will want to. At all. That's for women. So I just ignore them. Now you can tell that Smook is not from the Midwest. All Midwest brothers is like, hold on, partner. We be the line dancing. Okay. That is not just a women's thing to do. And if you from the upper Midwest, we's going to get to line dancing.
Smook is one of my favorite Morehouse brothers. He is just a delight.
Hilarity.
Let me tell you about patience and endurance. Smook had a first marriage, and now he is in his second marriage, and he loves to delight in his wife.
Mm-hmm. She seems delightful too. That has to be the most beautiful woman on earth. I was like, lucky dude.
Now.
You
Smook,
okay?
Listen,
okay.
Okay, now you done married.
I mean, you cute now, but I mean, she is like,
she is gorgeous.
She's like the turnaround.
Baby.
She's not like, oh, she cute. You would like, you're eating in a restaurant. You pause the fork. You would pause that fork and be like, He's like, this is us going on a trip. I was like,
but what I love about Smook is that he always shouts out that I had to go through my first marriage to get to my real marriage. This is the one. This is
and he owns how he's matured, how different he is, and now he's the person deserving
patience and endurance.
and of the kind of life that he's living now and the kind of relationship that he has now. I mean, he's honest about like, Lord, me in college. That is patience and endurance. Ooh. Maturing is patience and endurance, and as a mature to have patience and endurance.
You can't mature without.
How you gonna mature without? Who maturing real quick? I wish you would Tell them plants, you better grow right now.
Tomorrow, I better see flowers blooming.
But that's why you have to have patience with people as they work through a thing, because it takes. I mean, they're not going to mature overnight.
My spodiote dopalicious, she just blooming. My baby. This is how I feel about my baby. Sorry.
I have patience for her relationship with her
Cause
plant.
I talk to him, honey. I just be talking to him.
I talked her out of getting them a stroller to ride them around.
She didn't talk me out of it. I just haven't let her see the stroller.
I'll have patience for the stroller. Let's go for a walk. What is that?
Mm-hmm. My stroller with my plants
are coming with us on the walk. Okay. I have patience to endure the plants in a stroller.
On that note.
Hey, it's got to go back. Why are we this way?